Mo Salah's season hasn't quite hit top gear yet, just 4 goal involvements in 7 Premier League games. Now, for most players, that's pretty decent. For Salah, it's a dip. Firstly, let's set the context for you. Salah is having one of his least productive seasons since he joined Liverpool. We have plotted each of Salah's 9 seasons at Liverpool here, with his shots per game at the bottom here and his expected goals per game here. Look at the success he had in 21-22. 23 goals scored that season, and then his memorable contributions as well last season in 24-25, which propelled Liverpool to the title. 29 Premier League goals scored. In every season, he has averaged at least 3.4 shots per game. This year, however, he is down at 1.72. This tells us he's not having as many shots, and when he is shooting, the opportunities are not high value. But forget form. This is Salah's favourite fixture. He loves playing Manchester United. He scored the most goals in this game out of anyone, with 16, ahead of Steven Gerrard's Sandy Turnbull and George Wall. And since the start of 2020, Liverpool as a team have scored 30 goals in this game. Salah himself has got 13 of them. That's more than Manchester United with 8. Beware, United fans. Salah's slump might just end with you.
Yeah. Interesting, Dave. Yeah, as he showed, he loves this fixture. Might this therefore be the perfect game to kick-start his season and silence any doubters?
One thing for sure, he's going to be in that starting 11. That's a given, and rightly so. Yes, he hasn't hit the heights of the last number of years where he's been scoring at will, if you like. Again, Liverpool haven't hit the heights as well. He's lost his mate Trent, who has been playing behind him for so many years. They have changed the system, like I said. Wirtz is playing as a 10. Is that taking up some of Salah's space? Is that bringing another defender back so they're doubling up on him? When I've seen him this year, yes, his touch doesn't quite look there. He's had a lot of opportunities where his touch has probably gotten away from him. Whether he's putting pressure on himself, which who knows. I mean, Isak coming there, Ekitike coming there. There's a lot more competition, probably more than what he's ever had. I don't see any of them replacing him on that side. But is he trying too hard to impress them, or to still show that he's the main man? Only he can say that. But no, I still believe he'll come good. I still believe he'll get the numbers. And I still believe he's a shoo-in on that right-hand side for Liverpool.
Mm. You said there that he hasn't hit the heights of last season, you know, when he won all the awards, and Liverpool haven't hit the heights of last season. How dependent are Liverpool on Salah being good for them to have success?
I think, yes, they are, of course, but I also look at Cody Gakpo. He can score goals. Ekitike, Isak, Wirtz will come good, I'm sure. They've got so many areas where they can score and hurt teams, where it's not just Salah all the time. So are they playing more down the left with Kirkes bombing on round Gakpo, rather than all the play generally has been Salah's side? Give it to Salah, let him do his stuff. But teams, managers, coaches, they're so clever in the Premier League that they're looking at all aspects of Liverpool and going, right, we shut down Salah, we shut down a huge proportion of their attacks. So he's getting doubled up on. Look, whether he's lost a yard or not, only he will tell you. But I mean, last year he was really good. So 3 months doesn't make you become a bad player overnight. And his form's not been great, but it's not been the worst. I think everyone needs to... People get bored of Mo Salah scoring because it happens so often. I think everyone just needs to sort of get off his back and look, the hardest thing is scoring goals. So when it doesn't happen, it's like, oh, Mo Salah's not at his best, but it's a really difficult skill. He just makes it look easy most of the time.
Yeah. But you mentioned that the age is an interesting thing, isn't it? Because, you know, subdued start to the season, and I've read a few articles which are starting to emerge now, you know, questioning, is he past his best? But as you say, he was at the absolute peak of his powers last season. He is 33 now. I mean, is this a case of maybe age just is creeping up on him?
Look, maybe. I guess that will probably be answered at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I think it could be one of them. I mean, look, they've got 2 number 9s in their squad now, 2 young, fantastic number 9s. So it was a case of maybe transitioning to a 9 like Ronaldo. But I don't see that with him in this Liverpool side. Like I said, they've got 2 already. Could this be his last year in the Premier League? Who knows?
Signed that new deal, didn't he? Just the final thing on this. What do you think is the most pressing issue for Arne Slot at the moment? Is it getting Salah and the rest of his new look attack to click and to work as a group, or is it firming up his defence, which has currently conceded 3 times as many goals as Arsenal have?
Yeah, there's a few issues.
What's the bigger issue?
Yeah, probably shutting out the back end. I think Konate's form is a worry. Obviously, there was talk about Mark Guehi, whether they go back in January or they look to do something else in the market. But they've got 2 new fullbacks. Obviously, Alisson's injured now as well, so they've got a new keeper coming in. Shoring up the back end, obviously Gravenberch is probably doing well. Szoboszlai's been in and out of right back. So it's, getting that consistency. That's why I go back to City, I go back to Arsenal. Consistent back 4, back 5s, really. That could play a major factor in the title race.
We'll see what happens on Sunday. It is Super Sunday, of course, and let's get back to Dave. It's a mouth-watering one, isn't it?
Yeah, we can't wait for it. It's one of the great rivalries of English football, but is the gap widening between Liverpool and Manchester United? Over the last 7 years, United have had very little success against Liverpool. Just the 1 victory, 8 defeats with a goal difference of -24 there. 3 of the 8 losses have come by 4 or more goals. Difficult for United fans to take. Looking at the points accumulated between the 2 clubs, things were fairly close, actually, from the start of 2022-23. But United falling away, really, from their rivals midway through the 2023-24 season under Erik ten Hag. There was the Jadon Sancho saga, a remarkable fitness crisis. They had 45 different injuries across that campaign. Ineos were confirming their minority shareholding at the turn of the year in 2024. But United's season really unravelled in the FA Cup victory saved Ten Hag. He was sacked in the October of last year with Ruben Amorim taking over, but he's really been unable to close the gap to Liverpool. The points difference at the moment stands at 61. Will it be more than that come Sunday evening?
Yeah, it's not great viewing that from Manchester United perspective, is it, Dan? And yet we heard Sir Jim Ratcliffe say a week or so ago, didn't we, that he's going to give Ruben Amorim 3 years. He wants to give him the 3 years to prove his greatness, if you like. Do you believe him?
No. I see obviously reference Mikel Arteta at Arsenal. Didn't start great, and it took him time to build what he has now. But there's too much noise around Manchester United, one of the biggest clubs in the world. I don't see them winning loads of games in the Premier League. I don't see them climbing the table and finishing top 8, really, top 7, to get him that extra year. I just see them losing too many games, and there's been too much noise around that club, and I don't think it's sustainable. I think this system, loads of people have been harping on about this system. I believe he has to change it. I'm not huge on systems, and I think a lot of systems are very fluid and flexible, but those players just don't seem like they can play in that system. I think the 2 midfielders are getting overrun week on week. I think it's too easy to play against, and the back 3 aren't good enough at dealing with the transition. There's not a lot of pace in the back 3, and they're getting hurt week in, week out.
So what do they do on Sunday then? They're going to Anfield, where they haven't won since 2016. We can see the difference between these 2 teams at the moment. How do they get a result there at the weekend?
Well, they're probably going to go the same way. Look, Man U are still, on their day, a very good side. It's just the consistency over the season, over consecutive games, they're not there. So they can go to Anfield and they could quite easily turn Liverpool over. They could go 1-0 up and they could come as a back 5 and sit really deep and frustrate Liverpool, then possibly get one on the counter. Because Brian Mbeumo's got pace, Sesko's got pace, Cunha's got pace. Fernandes can thread balls over the top. Liverpool will play a high line, want to be dominant. So I can quite easily see that happening. On the other hand, if Liverpool get it going, there's so much attacking threat that could hurt Manchester United's back 3. There's so much legs and energy in that midfield that can bypass Casemiro, can bypass Bruno Fernandes. So, yeah, it can go one or two ways. I mean, look, Man, you can nick it 1-0. I don't see any more than that. Or Liverpool will really turn the screw in and get their season back on track.
And clearly Amorim's under the spotlight, he's under the microscope, huge scrutiny at the moment. But actually, if he could go there and get a result, and something that becomes 4 defeats in a row for Liverpool, does this now almost feel Sunday's game is bigger for Slot than it is for Amorim?
Yeah, if we're talking about the title race, Liverpool are definitely not out of it, but it'd be a big hit to their confidence and morale if they're losing to Manchester United at home, where everyone's probably saying they should be the favourites for the league. They should go and sort of beat Manchester United at home and really win the title. But yeah, it's a huge game for both. I would say it's probably bigger for Amorim than Slot.
Would you? Even if they lose Liverpool?
Yes, there's plenty of time to make up the 3 points, and Manchester United can take points off any team on any given day.
We'll see. It'll be cracking. Thank you, Dan. What a match. We're looking.
Liverpool host Manchester United at Anfield on Sunday, 19 October 2025, with kickoff set for 4:30 PM BST in one of the Premier League's most anticipated fixtures. The two English giants meet at a crucial stage of the campaign, both seeking momentum after an unpredictable start to the season. Heading into the match, Liverpool sit third in the Premier League table with 15 points from 7 games, remaining firmly in the title race, but needing a convincing performance to keep pace with the leaders. Manchester United, meanwhile, are 10th with 10 points, struggling for consistency, yet still within reach of the European places. Form suggests Liverpool have been dominant at home, though recent draws have exposed small defensive lapses. United arrive with renewed confidence after a narrow victory last week, but questions persist over their defensive structure and attacking efficiency. Tactically, Liverpool are expected to press high and rely on their wide creativity, while United's best chance lies in quick counterattacks and exploiting spaces behind the fullbacks. The midfield battle will be decisive. Whoever dictates the tempo is likely to control the game's flow. Expect an electric atmosphere at Anfield, where history, rivalry, and league position combine to make this fixture unmissable. Liverpool enter as favorites, given their form and home advantage, but United's pace on the break means the outcome could hinge on fine margins.